To make it 2-1 here. We've pulled a goal back, a lovely bit of play.
Oh, yes!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of the Corners of Europe Challenge, and welcome back to Las Palmas, where in today's episode we have got our first ever Europa League knockout set of fixtures, and we're coming up against Viking, a Norwegian team. We've played against them many times with Tromsø, but this time we do it again with Las Palmas. We go to their stadium first in Norway, and then we go and they'll come and pay a visit to us. Obviously a very far distance we have to travel between these two games, between Norway and this corner of Europe, one of the Canary Islands. It should be a good game. Obviously we played against Viking in the league phase, got a 0-0 draw at home, and they've kept up that form, done really well. They had to play a playoff where they finished in 13th in their league phase. They got 3 wins there, as you can see. 5 draws, which is probably what the difference was. I mean, by the looks of it, they were one of only 3 teams to not lose a game, and but it was just that they had quite a few draws against some teams there, as you can see. So we go and play them today in this game. Let's take a look at how they did in their playoff. They played against Tirana here, as you can see, and they got a 3-0 win. So they were really good at home, but then played for that draw away from home. Probably a similar situation today. So going away from home, we need to be quite cautious. We're coming up against Nestor El Maestro, who is a manager I'm familiar with. He manages CSKA Sofia, I believe. Yeah, he does there, as you can see. But he went to a lot of the Norwegian clubs. He's a very experienced manager, and it will be a tough game today playing against them, but hopefully we can get through and get a result here in this game. In terms of how we're doing recent form since last time out, where we played against Dnipro and Benfica, we had obviously a draw in the gap against Celta Vigo, a 2-1 win against Athletic Bilbao. We got a 2-0 win there, as you can see, a draw against Almeria, just one of those games where we kind of drop points really. A 3-0 win against Sestao, who are a team who, look at their climb, by the way. I played them in the Copa del Rey when I was at where was it? It was with Real Sociedad. That's who it was. They got relegated in their first season, went down, then managed to get back up. Relegated, stayed out for a little bit, and then just went on an absolutely incredible climb, and are now back into the first division for there. I mean, look how far down they were. Look how much they've climbed. Absolutely incredible, the stuff they've been doing to get here. But we got a win there. 1-0 loss at home against Sevilla. One of those games, but then a massive result. We went to the Camp Nou and got a 3-0 win against league leaders Barcelona. One of only 4 losses, but it was their first home loss. Very big result for us at their stadium, and it'll do bits for our morale in terms of how the players are feeling going into this game. It'll be important in terms of how the team's looking. Obviously our team is set for the rest of this season. We've got a few young players on the bench, and just in terms of developing them, getting minutes, and we can go and change the squad around a little bit more in the summer, bring in those new additions. But we've got Tom on 29 goals. He's doing absolutely incredibly. 5 goals in his last 5 games. Doing very well. He needs to continue playing like that. He's either the top LaLiga top goal scorer. He's second place behind a Real Madrid player who's flying away on 27. But he's also second in the Europa League scorers there, as you can see. Very impressive stuff he's doing, and now that needs to continue. But other players as well, Idam is playing well. Armic is still inconsistent, as he's always been, but what can you do? Aaron has really found his form now in the last few games. You can see for yourself. 2 goals, 4 assists. He's already put up 20 goals and assists. And if we take a look at his form, I'd like to think that a lot of that has come in the last few games. I mean, in this game against Pamplona, he got 5 goals and assists, a hat-trick and 2 assists. Very good performance. But in his kind of, what is that, like the last 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 games, he's had 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 goals and assists. Very, very good performance he's been putting in recently. We need more of that today. It's straight into our first ever Europa League round of 16, and we're coming up against Viking. So the team for this first leg against Viking starts with Barnuevo in goal, backline of Alvarez, Alex, Moral and Diaz, Regal, Royo and Iram in the middle. We've got Armich on the left, Aaron on the right and Tom up top. As the two teams walk out here, we're ready to go here in Stavanger, I think it is, but yeah, Viking Stavanger that we come and play at today. It's actually not too far up Norway, luckily. Obviously it's a quite a narrow country, goes all the way up, and we were with Tromsø at the very, very top. But Viking are in, if we go and take a look in Stavanger there, as you can see, the SR Bank Arena, which hosts 20,000 people. Not a bad stadium at all. I mean, Viking are, it's quite surprising that they're doing so well. I mean, I am familiar that they were doing okay when we were there. I mean, you can see there a second place finish, a third place finish, but the year we won the league, they finished in eighth place. As you can, was that the year? I think we won it. Yeah, it would have been that eighth place finish there, as you can see. But yeah, they've done quite well. I don't know if they've been in the Europa League last year, have they? They did have. We're in the league phase, but it doesn't look like they, or did they? Did they not? Yeah, it will have been on the other side if it was. That no, this was last season. It's so confusing looking at Norwegian football, but it looks like they made a Conference League phase there and went and lost in their round of 16 tie to Nice, who we played obviously with Tromsø. I think they'll give us a tough game here, definitely. They will give us a tough game, but I think we're playing good football. We've had a good league phase. I think we did have a good league phase in the end. We finished on how many points? We had 2 draws and a loss, so that would be 17 points we finished on. So I think that could be the best league phase we ever had. I mean, I think we got 16 points. We 3 times we qualified through the top 8 or twice with Shakhtar. The best league phase we did have, actually, I've just remembered, is when we topped the league phase the year we won it with Tromsø. We went 6 out of 6. We had some very favourable fixtures. I do remember we got like a 10-0 win against the Luxembourg team, Dugeland, I think they were called. A good win for us there. But overall a good league phase. This needs to carry on now into this game, and if there's a potential to be future games, then there. But we'll have to go and see how that goes. We've got a tough game here away from home, but then going back home we should be able to wrap up hopefully a result and not make it too hard for ourselves in the end. We've got a bit of defending to do here though. Down the line it goes. It's a square ball in, and it's been completely undone. Moral has not been able to cut that out, and it could be an opening goal here for Viking in this game. It's a bit frustrating that the opening goal has come so early. If it does stand, it does stand. The bookies have really favoured Viking going into this game, and it's surprising really. I know they're one of the teams you drop points to, but we had a much better league phase than Viking, you'd argue. Obviously we had the 5 wins, they had only 3, but a lot of draws came for them. I don't know. We will just have to see how this game goes. We know what the mentality is, how we do in these games, and we need to go and replicate something similar to that here. A nice, just play the good football, try and get the draw here, and then we go home and get that win hopefully in the end. As Diaz finds himself on the ball, it falls to Alex, who's playing centre back, he can play basically every position, like in the middle of the park. He can also go left winger. He can play from centre back all the way to attacking midfielder, and it's kind of interesting because he's a bit of a ball player, and it can definitely work out if he plays well. But Viking are coming on the counter attack here. A bit of defending required from us at the back. It's down this right side. The square ball goes in. Bit of more defending required, and luckily that goes wide. Moral did not cut that out well at all, but nothing comes from it in the end. We're on the bounce mentality. We're soaking up the pressure, but we really have to be a little bit better here. Try and get a few more chances for ourselves. This is pretty much our full strength team, apart from Katrankov, who would obviously be playing in place of Alex, but he's out with a virus or something like that, so we have to manage that until he comes back for the next game. Obviously we've got a spell of 3 tough games: Sevilla, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid. I think we had the exact same set of fixtures last year, and we said we needed to weather the storm, and we did. or was it in our league phase? It might have been in our league phase this year even, and it looks like we will get a minimum out of 3 out of 9 points. We've already got the win. If we get a draw against Atletico Madrid, 4 points in improvement, that would be a very good result. Tom's in the middle here. It's cleared in the end by a Viking defender, and they're going to try and counter-attack potentially. What a name, by the way. I don't think we've touched on it. Viking. That's an incredible name, and it's a very nice stadium we've come to here, but we would like to get a result. Iram is in behind for 1-1, and Aaron is trying to get on the end of that. Is there an offside in there? It doesn't look like it. It will be a corner for us here, and Tom needs to get his head on this. We've not been too good with set pieces in our time here, but if there's a time where we can do it, it's now. Aaron at the near post. Can he find Tom? He's not able to. It's cut out the near post. It falls to Royo, and nothing comes at the end. Good bit of possession for us there. Nice spell. There's some very good games going on in the knockout rounds. Some really big teams will be going out. Like if we go and take a look, we've got Cole and Sevilla. Sevilla win that'll make sense. Antwerp, Benfica, good game that. But Roma, Tottenham, that is a massive game. Two really big teams playing there. We've got Salzburg, Man United. Salzburg made the Conference League final last year, and Man United they won I want to say they won the Europa League either last year or the year before. But then as we go further down, Galatasaray, PSG, they were two teams who were kind of contesting our top 8 spot at the end of the league phase. A big team going out there. Marseille, Dynamo Kiev. Dynamo Kiev finished second, by the way. Obviously an old enemy of ours. Them two, they finished second, and them two teams there, Marseille and Dynamo Kiev, going head to head, and the winner, there'll be a loser in all those games, and that'll mean that big teams are going out, and that will be big if we go on and advance. But it doesn't look like we will if we continue to play like this. There's a goal for Viking. It's being checked, but it might just stand here, and if it does, we will have a few problems here in this game. The decision is goal given, and Viking have gone 2-0 up here, and this causes a few problems. I've said the margin for error is around 2 goals in these games, but any more than that and you really start to get in trouble, and we're only 55 minutes in. Changes will have to be made surely. Can we get a goal and get ourselves back in this game? Obviously we know what we're playing for, the draw. Viking are in behind here for 3-0. Luckily, goes wide. Mistake at the back once again. I think we need to make a change here, because we can't keep affording to make mistakes like that. I think we bring on Bergstaller at the back there, and then I think we're going to make a midfield change. We'll bring on Perez into the midfield, Aaron off maybe potentially. I think we go and do it, or do we bring on no, I think we bring off Armic, and then I think we put Crespin on that side. I think Aaron, very, very good player. He's in good form, and I'm sure he can go and get himself involved in this game, but we need to be much better. We've gone on the positive mentality, made a few attacking changes which should favour us for the remaining part of this game, but Viking get another goal and we seriously start to have problems in the second leg, as the chance is into the path of the Viking player, but luckily it is tipped behind by Barrio there. We're in a bit of a tough position here, because Viking was a good draw for us. I was happy with that draw. Felt like it'd be a good contest, a team that we could get a result over, but so far here in this game, in this tie, it's not gone how we've wanted it to at all, and we have a lot of work to do here. They said it would be a game where they would get the result, and that has been the case here. Can we go and find something for ourselves late on? Alvarez with a throw, and he finds Crespin here. It's cut out, but it falls back to Alvarez. Perez, Alvarez, Crespin. Can he look to have a shot? Crespin all the way. It's in. Crespin has scored to make it 2-1 here. We've pulled a goal back. A lovely bit of play down this left side. We made that attacking change, and it's paid off for us here. We cut that deficit down to 2-1 here in this game, and can we go and get another one? Bit of momentum with us, you would favour us to get the next goal here in this game if there is another one left. We have a chance here from a free kick. Arroyo plays the ball in. Morale is there. Can he win his header? He's not able to. It's cut out only as far as the goal scorer for us, Crespin. He finds Morale. Morale, can he play the return? It falls to Diaz here, who can advance with the ball. Really good play down that right side. It falls to Bergstaller. Alvarez making up a bit of a back three here, but he's advancing with the ball now. Down this left side into his left back position. He plays it into Perez. Perez, where can he go? Into Crespin. Can he look to square it? Now Crespin, he's done his man. He's taken his time where he'll go, and he plays it back to Perez. square ball in, back post, Diaz is there, and the rebound, Iram is there, he plays it back, and it's only into the path of a Viking player. How did that not go in? A goal line scramble, and no one was able to convert it in the end. So unlucky in the end from all of us. 5 minutes left here in this game. Are we going to get that goal, or is it going to be a loss in this first leg of the tie? I think we're going to make a few more changes. I want to bring Aaron off, and then in the middle I think we bring on Arias there, and then I think we stick with that. Yeah, we stick with that for now. We don't have really much we can do in the back line with selling quite a few defenders, so we stick with this for the rest of this game. But the full-time whistle is going to go after this final chance here. Diaz finds Arroyo, back to Diaz. Can he look to get a ball, and it falls back to Arroyo, who's had a bit of a quiet game, but there's no better time than now to go and get involved in it. Morale finds Perez, who's had a good game since he's come, and he's been instrumental in all that we've done, and giving us competition into that midfield. Perez into Arroyo. Can he find a ball in behind to Tom? He's not had been particularly involved, but as I say, if there's a time where he can go and do it, it's right now. Morale, can he look to go and play a ball in? It's cleared in the end by the Viking player, but it only falls as far as Bergstaller. We've got time to go and create one final chance here. It's into Perez, who can look to flick this on down the line. Where will he go? It's back to Bergstaller. Taking our time in this build-up, but we're playing some more attacking football. It's much better. Iram's in behind. Can he look to square it? He shoots himself, and he makes it 2-2 here in this game. It's a last-minute equaliser. Massive goal from Iram, and we come away with the result that we wanted. A draw here in Norway. The full-time whistle is going to go, and what a spirited performance that was from us in the end. 2-2 here in the first leg, and it's all to play for at the Estadio de Gran Canaria. Onto it. So the team for this second leg against Viking at the Estadio de Gran Canaria will have to do it without two of our best defenders in Barrenuevo and Morale. They miss out, but Katrankov does make a return to the team today. Take a look at what's gone on in the gap. We did lose to Atletico Madrid 2-0. A bit of a rotated team, basically rested players for this game, but it was a bit annoying. 2 late goals denied us of a point in that game, especially at home as well. 2 losses in our last 2 home games. But to be fair, it does favour us a little bit, because as you can see, we are in 5th place, which is a Champions League spot. As it stands, it will be probably. Once again, we need 6th and 7th, but we are currently 11 points clear of Valencia, who have done an incredible comeback to manage to climb back up. As you can see there, in their second half of the season, they are currently in 3rd place, and we're in 4th. So we need to kind of drop down a little bit. I know that's kind of weird to say, but we do. Vigo and Atletico Madrid have a game in hand on us, so should they win them, they would catch up. And then it might be that they play each other, but should they win them, they would catch up. And then we just need to stay above 7th. If we fall below that, then there's a problem, but we're 11 points clear at the moment. Some easy games coming up, we should be able to manage that, but we digress. The team for this game starts with Caballero in goal, a back line of Alvarez, Katrankov, Alex and Diaz, Regal, Royo, Iram in the middle. We've got Armich on the left, Aaron on the right, and Tom up top. As the two teams make their way out the tunnel, the Estadio de Gran Canaria is packed and ready to go for this game, and we are ready to go ourselves. We need to get a result here. We did so well at the end of that last game. We just took it, in our grasp. We took the fact that we were 2-0 down and used it and went and got a result, and that is why we're at 2-2 here now in this game, and now it's all to play for at home. But Viking probably will come with a plan to get a draw. It's worked out so well for them. Their plan mainly has been to get a win away or at home for them personally, and then the draw away. Tom's in behind here for 3-2. Tom with the shot. It's denied by the Viking goalkeeper, but it is going to be a free kick anyway for offside. Now, as I was saying, they play for that win and then get the draw away from home. But knockout football, as we know, I think we've become pretty good at knockout football at this stage. We've developed this philosophy mentality. Obviously, it's the first time it's come into practice with Las Palmas, but we know what we need to do. knockout football is completely different. These plans that they had in the league phase just won't work here, and we might undo him here. It's Aaron, not Iram. It's Aaron, not Iram, who's put that wide. I thought that was the chance to go and lead for the first time here in this tie, but not meant to be in the end. But knockout football is completely different. Anything can happen, but we have to take advantage of our advantages. We got a draw. We need a win here, and Armic could make it 3-2. He has the shot. It's cleared last ditch by a Viking defender, but it falls back to Iram here, who can look to go and square it. He's not able to do anything with it, but he wins it back into Regal. It's cut out, but it falls to Alvarez here. Alvarez is playing on the wing, probably because we'll sub him off a little bit earlier. Arroyo with the shot, and that is 1-0 here. We lead for the first time in our first knockout game, and it's Arroyo with the goal to make it 1-0, and that is a very, very good start to this game. We've been very impressive, and now one more goal, and you think it's surely wrapped up for us here, and we could be going on to our first ever quarter-final. Aaron at the back post. Tom is there. He hits the crossbar. He is the post even, not the crossbar. How unlucky is that from him in the end not to convert that. 25 minutes gone in this game. A great start. We've created a lot of chances, and it's been good. Obviously, few of the boys still tired. I've just said about Alvarez. He's playing left back over Katrankov. Tom is in the middle here for 4-2. He's not able to do anything. We are. You see the caption at the bottom. We're in our groove. We are in our groove. We are playing so well, and this needs to continue now for the rest of the game. As I've said, Alvarez will get that timeout left. He has done quite well actually in these last two games, so could be his permanent spot. He's not as natural there as Katrankov, but if he can do it, we might as well go and do it. But there's probably a sub in for him there when we're trying to secure this win at the end of the game, should we be leading, and he will probably come off to finish this game off. Tom finds himself on the ball down to Armic, and now we've got a bit of a break going on here. Armic beats his man down this left side, space to run into ahead of him. He takes it all the way left. Can he look to deliver a ball, and he plays it into the middle? Iram is there. It goes through him. It falls to Arroyo here, who's got Diaz out on this right side. Look how much space it is. Diaz has got space ahead of him. Can he look to square it? He's taking his time. He plays it, cuts it back to Aaron, and Aaron is going for the shot, and that is a goal from Aaron to make it 4-2 here. And that is the stuff that we are talking about. This is how we need to be playing our knockout football. There is the Estadio de Gran Canaria Furia packed out for this game, and they are witnessing their first ever knockout game here in the Europa League. This is actually their first ever knockout game, because they have only ever made the league phase of the Europa League like a few. They made it like 50 years ago, real life, so like 70 years ago, and only ever made the league phase. Obviously there was no Conference League then, and they've never made the Champions League. Incredible result, and Tom's in behind here. It falls to Aaron here. Can he look to pull it back? Aaron, he's going all the way. He has the shot, and that's 5-2. 3-0 we lead here in this game in the first half. 5-2 on aggregate, and it looks like we're going on to our first ever Europa League quarter final. What a result this is going to be for us. We have played absolutely incredibly. We've come and done what we needed to do here at this game in the stadium that we've been getting familiar with, and we're getting familiar now with knockout football. It's 2 goals in 2 minutes for Aaron, and we are 5-2 up and going on our way to our first knockout and first quarter final. We've won our first knockout game by the looks of it, but yeah, overall it'll be our first quarter final game that we will be going to. If we take a look at the scores, we should probably take a look overall. Obviously there's still quite a lot of the game to go here. There's a chance here for Viking. The shot goes in, it's cleared in the end, and now we might even have a breakaway. Armic down this left side, 2 on 4 here. Tom is there, but we've got 2 of the midfielders joining up here. As you can see, Armic tries to beat his man. He's not able to do anything with that in the end. PSG are losing their game. Did they win their first leg? No, they didn't. So it looks like PSG could be crashing out. Roma won the first leg there, as you can see. We also had a win for Man United, Benfica, and is that all draws in the other one? Yeah, so the only wins came in for Roma, for Benfica and for Man United. So let's take a look at how those games are going. Roma are currently, they are still winning. Yeah, they are still winning. Where was the other one? Man United, they're running away with that there, and Benfica as well are winning. But the other team, Dynamo Kiev, look like they could go through. Besiktas could also go through by the looks of it. We've also got Galatasaray who are running away with that game. Tom's in behind here. He's not able to do anything with that in the end. What about the other games? Sevilla 2-0 up, and yeah, that's all the other games. We're obviously 3-0 up, 5-2 on aggregate, and it's an absolutely incredible night here at the Estadio de Gran Canaria. Incredible performance in our first ever Europa League, our first ever Europa League campaign here with Las Palmas in our second season, and already we're going to make a quarter final. We have absolutely overachieved everything we could have imagined, and it's been an incredible start, and hopefully it can continue going into this quarter final. Whoever we will play, teams that it could include, I'll just say the list now. It could include, if there's a chance here, we'll take a look after this chance. Aaron plays the ball in. Who's in there? Its headers need to be won. It's into, I don't know who put that header in the end. Was it Catranco? No, it was Arroyo in the end who put that header in. Potential teams we could play include Benfica, Besiktas. We've also got Dynamo Kiev, Man United. We've got Galatasaray and also Sevilla. If that game does stand, there's one more game that's missing. It's the Tottenham Roma game. Tottenham were 2-1 down when they did get a goal at home, so that could completely change. Tom is in behind it for 4-0. He puts it wide in the end. We're going to look to make a few changes here in this game. I think we go and put Katrankov out wide, Bergstaller off on the right side. I think we go, and we'll play Aram for the rest of the game there. No, actually, Aram's on a hat trick. I've just realised. I'm sure we'll want to go and complete that. Perez on there for Regal, who's had a decent game for us there in the middle. I think we do ring off Tom. I think we ring off Armich on that left side for Crespin, and then we'll go and bring off Aram in the middle there. Go with them changes and see out what has been an incredible night here at the Estadio de Gran Canaria. From 2-0 down, we lead 5-2 on aggregate, and it could even get a little bit better. It's Royo standing over this free kick. He scored a few from this range, and there's a chance to score another one. Royo with the free kick. It hits the crossbar, or it might have just been turned out by the Viking goalkeeper in the end there. We've blown away the team from Norway. Tromsø is the only team for us from Norway, and ultimately we're going to come away with an absolutely massive result, and it will be on till quarter final tomorrow. Who would we like to play? We probably wouldn't like any of the teams really. I would like maybe Dynamo Kiev. They had a very good league phase though, so maybe not. If we're going to take a look at the other games, potentially Galatasaray. They've beaten a PSG team who we beat. Colon and Sevilla have tied up now. Colon would be a good game to play. We did play them with Shakhtar. There's a chance here for Tom. He can't get his goal at all. He's been so unlucky. We won't want to play Man United. Benfica we already lost to. Besiktas could be a good game. We played them with Shakhtar quite a few times as well. We basically played every team in the Champions League pretty much, and a few teams we've already played in the league phase of this first season. But what a first season it's been. 3-0 here the result. We're going to come away with a 5-2 win unless there's one final twist in the tail here. Absolutely incredible result, and now this needs to continue into tomorrow's quarterfinal. Whoever we play, whether it's Man United, Dynamo Kiev, Tottenham, Roma, whoever it is, we just need to go out there, give it our all. And one thing to note, I'll probably discuss it tomorrow, attacking, how we go and play attacking wise. We need to be really positive. It changed for us completely when we were when we started to be a bit more positive in that game against the first leg here against Viking. They do get a consolation goal here for all those travelling fans who've made the 4 or 5 hour journey. That's how we'll set up tomorrow though in our first Champions League quarter final game. What a result it has been for us. Absolutely incredible how we've made it here this fast, and now we just need to go and see if we can make our first semi-final in tomorrow's episode. Ayras finds himself on the ball into Crespin for 6-3 off the crossbar. He's offside in the end. Can we just get a whistle? to wrap up this game. It's a final goal kick here for Viking. The referee, is he going to blow the whistle? There's one final chance. Tom with a long range effort, maybe he's dispossessed. In the end, are we going to get a whistle? I've just seen the ref put it in his mouth. I've literally just seen him do it, but apparently not. There's one final chance for us here. Can we wrap up the game with a goal here? Aaron down this right side. I'd advise him to shoot, really, considering he's on a hat-trick. He squares it in the end. It's off a Viking defender, but it hits the post in the end. There's one fine. I've been saying there's final chances throughout the past 5 minutes. Will this actually be the final chance? Viking coming on the attack here. We wouldn't appreciate them to score. They don't. The full-time whistle goes, and that is job done here in our first ever Europa League round of 16. So once again, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave you with this little tune, and I'll see you again tomorrow for our first ever Europa League quarter-final. Thank you, bye bye.